What is up, everybody? Hello. How are you guys doing? I am your host, Kayla Howard, and you are listening to the Stop Yelling podcast. I am so happy to be here. I hope you are too. I feel like we need to catch up a little bit. If you are new here, hi, hello. I am Kayla, and I am so happy that you're here because you know what? I love speaking to you guys. I love connecting with you guys, and I love telling you guys my stories so that you guys can learn from them. But I do suggest that, maybe after this episode, you do start from the first episode, and that is turning chaos into self discovery. And you'll start there and you'll go on throughout the rest of the episodes. And then you'll just connect with me more, you'll learn more, and everything else will make sense to you as you listen to the rest of this episode. For my reoccurring listeners, hi, what the F is up, y'all? I hope you had a very happy Thanksgiving. We are still moving and grooving through the holidays, and I am excited as hell. I am so excited because Christmas is my favorite freaking time of year. And we have the new year. And the new year is the best time to set yourself up for the next year. The things you want to release, the things you want to let go of. So I'm just going to say that. I'm going to leave that there. Think about that as we are moving into December and into the next year, what you want to bring with you and what you want to change. So that is my little spiel. Now I'm going to just jump back in. I'm going to catch you guys up a little bit. And if you have been listening, I have a Nashville boy. He is amazing. Everything is going great. He's just amazing because he is somebody that I can actually communicate with, and I enjoy the shit out of that. And I kind of touched on one conversation that him and I had a couple weeks ago, and it was an amazing conversation. We talked about feminine energy and when females are so pressured into living in their masculine energy so much, and just very like mature conversations that I would enjoy to have with somebody like that, But I started like thinking about it a lot, and this is just an insecurity of mine. And if you are a mom, this is a simple insecurity as well. But like I had a child, so my body is not the way that it was. And dating as a single parent in itself is hard because you don't have the time to give to the relationship like you would want to. You can't just pick up and go whenever you want. So already dating in itself as a single mom is intense. But also now I have the saggy mom titties, which I actually got a boob job, which I'm going to go into what I did and how I navigated my body and whatever else throughout this episode. But I did end up getting a boob job, but I did have the saggy mom titties. I have the saggy belly. I have the thousands of stretch marks all over myself. So it's a little hard for me to want to feel sexy to somebody that doesn't have a kid and has never been with somebody that has had a kid. So, I look a little bit different than the next woman would. So, okay, let me just kind of start. So the big thing with women, and I hope that majority of the audience listening to this is a woman right now, but if you are a man, you can get something out of this as well. But the confidence of a woman is very important. Because if you really look at the male and the female, right, we are the ones that are supposed to be the beautiful one. And when we have a baby, it's hard to want to feel confident and sexy. Even when you are with the same person you maybe had a child with, you might still feel like, oh, he saw me before the baby. How does he see me now? Does he still love me the same? I ended up never being with my baby daddy. Him and I, we have a very nice co-parenting relationship, but we are not together. We've never been together. So every relationship that I've had outside of having my daughter, I have struggled with my body image. Like, does he think that stretch marks are nasty? Does he think my boobs are gross? Like before I got my boob job, my boobs are a little lower. Like they have stretch marks all over them. They're kind of jiggly. My belly is jiggly. Like I was just having all of these things. Like I couldn't get myself into the mood. I couldn't get turned on in a way because I was too busy thinking about what I looked like. And I want to rewind to like my pregnancy experience because I was 19. I didn't know any better. I wasn't taking care of myself. And I regret the way that I took care of my body when I was pregnant because now I'm facing the consequences of what I did back then. And if you really don't care, if you're just going in and you made a baby and whatever, and I do believe that, and I want to think about my body as, yes, I made a baby, I should love it regardless. But at the end of the day, you still want to feel confident. I still want to feel hot. I still want to feel attractive. I'm still in my 20s. I still want a marriage eventually. I want to start a bigger family. Who knows? But I still want to make sure that I feel confident in myself, which I think you should want to as well. So anyways, now during the pregnancy time, I didn't actually get stretch marks until probably like 8 months, like at the 8 month mark. So I was clear. I was clear. I was putting my oils on here and there. I really wasn't keeping up with it because I didn't see any stretch marks. I was like, oh, I'm good. I'm in the clear. We're good. I'm almost about to pop her out. We're going to be fine. Well, that didn't go that way because during the entire time of that, the first 8 months before I had stretch marks, I was eating like shit. I was eating chicken sandwiches from fast food restaurants. I was eating cheese fries. I was eating Italian beefs. I was getting milkshakes. I was eating cookies. I was literally eating whatever the fuck I wanted. And I got myself up to 195 pounds. Now, pre pregnancy, if you know me personally, if you follow me on Instagram, if you see even the photo on my cover of this podcast, I'm not that big anymore. And I was really never that big. I never have been that big. I've never been more than 140 pounds comfortably. Pre pregnancy, I would say I was sitting comfortably around 135. So I gained a lot of weight. I went up to 195 pounds, which caused my skin to immensely stretch. Come the 8 month mark, my belly turned into a fucking spider and I freaked the fuck out. Everything was like purple. They were just fresh stretch marks, bro. It was horrible. I broke down crying. I was like, you know what? I started looking up Google, like, what the fuck can I do? Like, I'm like, okay, there's treatments that I can get. I'll get them eventually. Maybe I'll just get lasered. Like, I'll work out a bunch. I'll make sure that my stomach shrinks. I'll get rid of these, like it's fine. Now, of course, the first year and a half of after having a baby, your body is just different. Point blank period. It is different. You look at yourself and you kind of want to throw up a little bit, but you look at your blessing and you're like, okay, I made you. But still, you know how you looked before you had your pregnancy. When if you're wanting to have kids, you know how you look right now and how you want to look like that afterwards, right? Am I wrong? Like, yeah, you would want to look like yourself afterwards. So seeing yourself that first year and a half is a little hard, but you know what? If you breastfeed, you will shrink your stomach. You will feel your stomach shrink. If you take shots of your breast milk, that will help as well. I know a friend that has done that and she shrunk herself back down to her original weight and it was like fucking night and day for her. So those are little tricks that you can do. I don't want to get too deep into it, but looking at your body that way, I felt like, what the fuck am I going to do? I started getting back into my workout routine. I started getting back into eating healthy, doing my little juices, drinking my tea, whatever else. With being a parent, your time is a little bit restricted. So I downloaded an app called Fit On. It's free for the most part. You can get around it free. You can pay for it if you want like different little upgrades and stuff. But I downloaded that and it is a really good app to use if you're working out from home. When I really started to see a difference. Don't get me wrong. Like the gym is great and you want to lift weights and stuff if you like that. Or maybe go to Pilates or yoga or whatever else. But if you're really just trying to start somewhere, there's 10-minute a day exercises on there. There's 15 minutes a day. There are Pilates on there. There's different categories of movements. You can do kickboxing if you want. You can just simply do morning meditation if you want. Like all of that is accessible to you. So I did end up finding that app. I utilized it a lot during the day when my kid was still little and was just we were at home all the time. We had a lot of assistance with COVID as well during that time. So I was home all the time and that's just what I used. So that is a great app to download. But like I said, I started looking up different treatments and stuff that I can do to get rid of these stretch marks because that is just not anything that you can change unless you literally get surgery. And that's not something that I'm going to put my body through just to get rid of my stretch marks. Like there's no way in fuck. I will be honest, I am now more comfortable with my stretch marks. Beforehand, as I said, back at that year postpartum, 2-year postpartum, I looked into all of these different treatments. Now, the reason why I'm saying this is because a couple weeks ago, I received an Instagram DM about my stretch marks and how she realized that on my recent Instagram posts, I haven't blurred them out. Now, Instagram forces us into this perfect way of looking, right? We see all the plastic surgery all over the place. Everybody has Botox and filler. Everybody's singeing their waist with Facetune, making their ass bigger, Photoshop, whatever else, okay? So I'm not gonna lie, when I first started posting again after I got into working out and felt a little bit more comfortable about my body, I was using Facetune a little bit to get rid of my stretch marks. I was using the smoothing trick. I was healing them, trying to cover them and make my skin look nice and perfect again. I hated that because the people I was around, The people that knew me personally were like, bro, your skin is not that perfect. Like, you have the stretch marks. Why are you face tuning them like that? Like, you should just love them, right? But no, we all want to present ourselves perfect. I mean, that's just what it is. It was natural for me to want to do that. I was so insecure about them that I just wanted to blur the fuck out of them. But at the end of the day, my body is just what my body is. So anyway, I received the message from this girl. She told me that she loves that I'm starting to post my stretch marks and then I'm not blurring them out. And then she said that she wants me to touch on the treatments that I've gotten because they are less visible. And I was like, yeah, of course. Like, I would love to touch on the things that I've gotten done. I wanted to do that before. I posted a couple times that I've been in a med spa and people have been like, what the fuck are you doing to your stomach? Like, that looks painful. So let's rewind back to how I said I was looking things up. I learned about a treatment called carboxy and carboxy therapy. So what carboxy therapy is where they basically inject almost air is what it kind of feels like and what it essentially is. But with carboxy therapy, she would have me lay down on a bed and then she would inject each of my stretch marks with this air and break up the collagen underneath. That was a little painful. It was a little ticklish. The carboxy therapy was one of the first things that I tried. I did maybe 4 rounds of that, and it did assist in a little bit of recovery because it was producing that collagen. But if you decide to do that, if you have stretch marks and you're looking into that of something to do for yourself, just know that you will have a little bit of scarring, like not scarring, I'm so sorry. Like, you're going to bleed and you're going to bruise a little bit. Like, you'll have a little bit of that bruise for a little while, but it is a little ticklish, a little painful. But I didn't see much of a change with that. So I was like, what the fuck else can I do? I saw this fractional laser. I was scared to do lasers because they are painful, right? They're fucking painful as shit. And if you're a female who have ever gotten like laser hair removal or waxing or whatever, that shit fucking burns, okay? Laser hair removal is painful as fucking shit. And some people are like, no, it's not. You're such a baby. Listen, I have a high pain tolerance. That shit's sensitive as fuck, okay? But I learned about this fractional laser and I wasn't sure if I wanted to actually go through with it. But after I learned about it, I actually went in for a consultation. She showed me before and afters. I was like, fuck yeah, I'm gonna walk out of here looking like a fucking smooth ass queen again. All right. So no, that was not the goddamn case. It helped a little bit, but I sat through literally 30-45 minutes of straight pain. I'm talking like Indian fucking burn on my stomach, man. Like, that was not pleasant at all. But I had to think of the end result, right? I had to sit through the pain because I was like, beauty is pain, bitch. You're sitting through this. You paid for it. You're getting it done. That was not fucking cheap either. So anyways, I got that stuff done. Saw a little bit of a difference in it. And I was just like, just felt defeated. Because after doing those two things, I was like, if that's almost like the core of what I can do without surgery, then what the fuck else am I going to be able to do that can help with this? Oh, there's more. There's more. Kayla did a lot more than just that. She went on Google again and started looking up some more stuff. What did she find? Cool sculpting. The one thing I will say about cool sculpting, if you have looked it up, if you have heard it, if you have tried it yourself, this is my personal experience. I will say it is a waste of money. It is a waste of time. I sat there, got it on my thighs. I got it on my lower abdomen, sat there for however long it took. I forget, but it basically like freezes your skin. It's cold and it suctions it and it basically freezes it and it makes you kind of burn fat. No, I didn't see a single bit of difference. I don't know if it was just because I was eating like shit that week. I don't know what it was, but I didn't see any kind of difference at all. So that was a complete waste. At least I tried it. I won't do it again. Don't do it if you are skeptical about it. It is a waste of fucking money. But that's just my personal opinion on it. I don't fucking know. Whatever. You could try it if you want. But now moving forward, the one actual thing that actually assisted in my stretch marks, got them down to a decent little, visibility. I look at myself and I'm like, sometimes I can't even see them. If I turn into the light this way, I can see them. If I turn away from the light, maybe I'll just stay this way. But anyways, no, it's helped a lot, but it is microneedling with PRP. What microneedling is basically a bunch of tiny injections into the skin. And what PRP is your plasma, your blood. They take your blood, they spin it, and they utilize it as they basically are injecting that into your skin with the microneedling. So that is the one thing I will say to just jump straight to. If you have stretch marks you're struggling with, if you have little bumpies or whatever, if little scars that you have, whatever you have, microneedling is the thing to do for yourself. But I want to stop and say this. Regardless of how you look at yourself, we always are our worst critics. Most of the time, whatever you're thinking about or worrying about that looks bad on you, that you feel insecure about, the other person, the other people are not thinking that way. They're not even thinking twice about it. And if they are, they're just low-life, miserable pieces of shit that don't have anything better to do with themselves, that are insecure themselves, and are not good humans. Simple as that. So don't listen to the noise. Don't listen to the people that are talking shit about you. Don't listen to the people that want this perfect body image that might not even be physically possible to have without having surgery or whatever else it is, okay? So you are beautiful. You are beautiful in the skin that you have. If you are planning on having children, just know that your body may or may not snap back into what it is, but regardless, you are beautiful. You have to remember of the life that, yes, you did create, but it is important to also make sure that you feel confident after the fact as well. So I want to kind of give you things that I've tried to boost my confidence, to also not want to feel certain ways in relationships, especially if you are a single mom that's dating right now, or if you are struggling with body image and are in relationships that aren't making you feel your greatest, or you just can't get yourself into the relationship because you simply just don't feel your greatest. So I want to start by saying a little story. Once upon a time, little old me was feeling her fucking best, was feeling her confident self after being through all of that postpartum, pushing off all of that postpartum weight, going through all of her treatments, feeling like a fucking bad bitch finally. I found this guy, loved me, had an amazing connection. I was like, fuck yeah, he likes me for me. Then it got a little worrisome because I started to see that he doesn't like my body a little bit. He has some things to say about it. He has some things he wants me to avoid because of this, because of that. Now we're going into more of a deeper thing. I'm feeling like a little insecure. He's liking these skinny bitches posts. He's making me feel like the skinny bitches in the club are the ones that he wants to be with. I'm like, I'm not even that thick. I'm feeling like I'm a little skinny. What the hell's going on here? Still, didn't make me feel secure. Okay, I'm going to dissect this shit. Now, I don't want to make this about a whole, if your boyfriend likes Instagram photos, yada, yada, what's your intake on that? It's not about that. I don't give a fuck. I will say, Instagram is a fucking horrible place sometimes. When you're feeling like your worst possible self, when you're not feeling confident, Instagram is not the app to be, sweetheart. It is not. And if it's really starting to be a problem for you, my proposal to you is to unfollow everybody that you're insecure of. We're all insecure about somebody. We all look at somebody and wish we had what they had. It's normal. It is what it is. If you're going on Instagram and feeling insecure about yourself, first things first, unfollow the people that you're following that make you insecure. And then also just simply just don't go on Instagram as often then. Find a different app. Find a game on your phone to play. Distract yourself from Instagram. But I'm scrolling through Instagram and I'm already scrolling through people that I'm insecure about, right? It doesn't make you feel good when you're already insecure about your body and you're looking at photos and you're like, well, this girl has something I don't have. Well, this girl looks this way and I don't. And this girl has this kind of money and daddy's money and she just gets to run around. But who would want me? I'm this mom that has all these stretch marks, has saggy titties, whatever. I'm planning on getting a boob job, but once I do, I'll feel a little bit more confident. And then, well, here, how about this? We'll just even fast forward until I even got my boobs, because this is even after the fact. So, okay, let's just say I have my boobs done. So now I'm feeling even more confident. Either way, I still have the stretch marks. I can't run around how I want to. Why would a man want me? Now, before I continue, disclosure, before I have or raise any fucking bullshit, I'm not shitting on the way that he made me feel. He made me feel beautiful at times, but ultimately, this was still the way it fucking was, and I have voiced this to him multiple times. So I don't want any of you women to feel this way because it's not a good feeling, especially if you are a parent that has a postpartum fucking body that you're already insecure about, that is, you're not with your baby daddy, you're just dating around, and they don't understand it, right? Okay. So I'm starting to feel like, okay, there's a pattern going here. I don't look like this, so I'm going to kind of approach it in a way. And I was a little worried to approach it because I don't want to feel insecure. I don't want to come off as insecure, but it was getting to the point where I was like, I need my man to feel what I'm feeling so that he can relate to it and maybe not make me feel that way. Maybe he's unaware that he's making me feel that way. I'm not really sure. So I'm just going to test the waters. I'm going to bring it up and see what he has to say. And if it's overstepping in any way, whatever. This was insecure me. Me now would say, no, this is a conversation that needs to be had. So if you're feeling insecure, this is basically me pushing you just have this hard conversation because it's important to have with your partner. So anyways, I brought it up to him and I said, I struggle with my body image a little bit. I want you to know that, yes, I'm confident in myself, but there are things that I wish that went differently. I didn't take care of my body during pregnancy when I should have. I was young, I was stupid. I'm paying for it now. And I would just like to feel beautiful. Like, I know that you're dating me. I know that I can trust you and I'm confident in myself and whatever, but it's still not making me feel good when your name is all over these fucking girls' pictures that look like these model bitches, these stick figure twigs, these Pilates bodies, whatever's. That's just simply not me. And he was like, no, I like you. Okay, fine. You say you like me. You're still with me. It is what it is. I'm going to be confident. I'm going to be the bad bitch. I'm going to keep it up. I'm going to keep my head up and I'm going to move forward. It still was a constant reoccurring thing because now it's in the back of my head. Regardless of how strong I want to feel, regardless of how confident I want to feel, it's still a little bit of a thought in the back of my head. I can't get rid of it completely. I started to feel like, okay, I'm not this kind of perfect person. Maybe I can be the perfect person for him. Maybe I can start to live my life a certain way that kind of forms into what he likes, right? I'm going to try my hardest, which girls do not ever do. Never do it. You should know that like the back of your fucking hand. Don't morph yourself into something that somebody else wants. That's just not the person for you. The person that is going to be for you will not have you morph into whoever they want you to be. They want you to just be yourself. So at the time, I wasn't thinking about that. I was so deep into this relationship, this la-di-da, lovey-dovey, that I was just like, I want to do whatever you want me to do. I'm going to morph myself into whatever perfect fucking Barbie of a person you want because I want this relationship so bad. Why I did that, I don't fucking know. Anyways, I did it. It's normal, it's natural, and a lot of us do it. I started to watch what I ate. I started to make myself work out a lot. I made sure that I wasn't eating past a certain time. I was just making sure that I was fit, looking my best, regardless of what time of year it was, what was going on, my time of the month, whatever. I made sure that I was always fit, unbloated, you name it. And it still wasn't good enough because he still ended up fucking cheating on me anyway. But either way, I was just morphing myself into this fucking person that he wanted and it still wasn't good enough. And the main thing that he would tell me, and it was almost like a manipulation tactic now that I'm thinking of it, but I would say that I would be working out. Oh, babe, I just got down to this weight and oh, I look like this. Like, oh, you should look at me. Like I send him a picture, blah, blah, blah. And he's like, oh, yeah, good. But you shouldn't want to look good for me. You should want to look good for you. Oh, I love that you want to look good for me, but you need to be doing this for you. You should want to just feel your best for yourself. Oh, okay, yeah, I know. I agree with that, but that's not the way that you made me feel. That's not the way that you made me get into all this. Yeah, I was healthy and was into my body and whatever else before, but you kind of pushed me into this. And I will say, I am very, very, very grateful for him kind of pushing that onto me because now I'm a little bit more disciplined in that way. And I've learned a lot about myself. And if you're dealing with somebody in this kind of sense that has been pushing this negative body image onto you and you have to like shift yourself and you want to be this skinny twig because you think that's what he wants, it's so unhealthy. It's so toxic. It's so I just do not agree with that at all. A lot of us even we'll be in the gym and we'll post a fucking photo just specifically for one person to see. We're not posting it for anybody else other than the one or two people. Some of us have a little bit of a roster. I don't know. But what? You post yourself doing something healthy. You post yourself in the gym. You post your best photo of yourself looking fit and whatever for maybe a couple people specifically. And it's really fucking shitty because we shouldn't be doing that. We should want to look good for ourselves. We should want to make ourselves feel good, be fit for ourselves, just for the simple fact of being healthy and having a clear conscious, healthy mental, pushing out endorphins, just for your all around well being. I started to learn that as I got pushed into this fucking lifestyle of how he wanted me to be, and I'm grateful for it. But the mental stress that it had on me during that was not what I'm grateful for. I would never wish that upon somebody, and I don't want any of you to go through that if you're with somebody that makes you feel that way. but I do agree with you should want to do it for yourself. I started to feel like I wanted to actually work out for me. I wanted to look good for me. And how am I going to boost my own confidence so that I can feel sexy in the bedroom, so that I can feel sexy in my own clothes, so that I can go to the beach or on vacation just at a blink of an eye and I'm ready to go. Like, I don't have to set myself up. Oh, I have 60 days to get myself in shape. I wanted to be in shape for whatever given moment in time. I wanted to just have it be me in my lifestyle. As I started going on, learning what is good for my body, learning what I would like to do, what I would like to try, how to be more flexible, how to be more limber, how to be strong, this sexy, powerful woman, I got more into yoga and I started looking into Pilates. And, yoga and Pilates are a little bit expensive for people to do at clubs and monthly memberships and whatever. But like I mentioned with the Fit On app, there's beginner level things, or even if you went on YouTube, there's different videos and things that you can follow to get you started at home, wherever it is that you feel comfortable at. There's things to get you on that path. So, what really made me start to feel like this sexy bitch again was doing yoga. Even if you lift weights and if you're a bodybuilding bitch or whatever you're doing, incorporating some yoga and some stretching is important for your body. Any kind of movement just to get your morning flowing, whatever. You don't need to sit there and do a whole fucking hour-long vinyasa, chaturanga, whatever. But, just that 10 minutes out of the day, 20 minutes out of the day, just to get your body flowing and moving and stretching is so good for your muscles, so good for your body, so good for your energy, just everything. It's so uplifting. As I started doing yoga, I started to realize that I was getting more flexible. Everybody wants to be fucking flexible, right, ladies? Everybody wants to be flexible, okay? It's like a flex to be flexible. There's more things that you can do. You can morph your body into certain ways. You can feel more powerful in the bedroom. You can feel sexy. You can feel just better about yourself. Your body in itself feels good. You just start to feel overall better. So incorporating a good 10, 15 minutes out of my day of yoga is what I started to do. Now, even though incorporating yoga made me feel confident and made me feel sexy, it still wasn't the end all be all for me. It wasn't just like, woo, now I'm perfect and this is fine and everyone's going to love me and I'm perfect and this and that. I don't have an insecurity in the world. No, that's not at all how it was. It's not how it is still. I still feel insecure at times. And I'm fucking fit. I feel fit. I get told all the time that I look fit. I look good. Great. But either way, no matter how many times someone tells you look good and feel good, if you don't feel good yourself, it doesn't matter, right? Because people can tell you as many times as you want. And I'll resonate this with my one girlfriend. My one girlfriend has a horrible thing. She has this horrible negativity towards herself. She feels like she looks a certain way. I think she looks fucking perfect. She's beautiful. She has this perfect body. She's amazing. She's just an amazing human all around. Just anyone would want to be with her. But still, no matter what I say, it cannot get in her head to be more confident and to actually love herself. So it's really hard, really, really hard for people that are struggling with body dysmorphia, that are struggling with their body image, of the way that people are just pressuring them to be. And how do you be confident in yourself? How do you love yourself when others are making it so hard for you? I was starting to take the moment to actually look at myself and to tell myself that, hey, you might not look this way. You might have to get surgery to have your nose look like this. You might have to have this kind of injection in your hips to make them stick out that way, whatever. But you're going to rock with what you have. You're going to be confident, because that is what a man loves, right? A man loves a confident woman. We're so into this comparison thing right now. And honestly, as I said, if Instagram is the main source of your stress, I don't know. I wouldn't even say stress. It's like you go on Instagram and then you're just frustrated, basically, or it's just not helping your mental health. Try to limit the Instagram scrolling. Unfollow people that make you insecure and that really simply just don't make you feel good about yourself, or that piss you off when every time you see a post about them or whatever. Just unfollow them. It's really not that fucking hard to do. So I would do that. And then, yes, download the Fit On app, get into yoga, do Pilates, just whatever you can do to start moving your body at home. And I want you guys to just want to love to work out. We go in these little spurts of feeling lazy, not feeling motivated and whatever else, but just to get yourself up in the beginning of the day, before you do anything, 10 minutes a day, you have to hold yourself accountable. Don't get me wrong, I was doing all of that stuff. I still don't feel my best right now. And I'm struggling a little bit with that image with my new person I'm with because it was almost like I had to start all over now. And no matter who I was with before and how they made me feel, this is a new person. I have to start fresh. They don't know what I look like underneath my clothes. They might have seen my Instagram beforehand, whatever it was, but either way, they don't know me. They don't know how I feel about my body. They don't know what I went through. They don't know what I look like yet. So if he sees me and he sees my stomach have wrinkles all over it and stretch marks, what is he going to feel? And it's hard for me not to think about that. It's hard not to think about that. The first time that we hooked up, I was feeling a little insecure. And a thing is when you're having sex, it's like you don't want to think about yourself. And a lot of us, I feel like, do that when you are insecure. It's like the first thing you do is you think about how you're looking. Oh, well, I'm being bent this way. Oh, my stomach's fucking out and my neck is crunched, whatever. I don't know. I don't know how you guys have sex, but that's just how that's just how I have sex. I be pretzeled sometimes. I don't know, but you get pretzeled into this fucking position and now your stomach's hanging out and it's like, what the fuck? Now you're thinking about what you look like and you can't get yourself wet or whatever else and it's like you don't want to do that, right? No. We have to think like we are the baddest fucking bitches and the thing is ultimately, guys don't really think about that stuff. They're really not thinking about that when you're in the moment, okay? And I had to get myself seasoned to think that, like, babe, it does not matter. He's getting himself off. He's looking at you regardless of how you're looking. He knows that he's fucking you. He's looking at your hole. He's not looking at anything else. He's worrying about what he's doing. He's not worrying about how you look. And if he's worrying about how you're looking, then just fucking run away. He's not the one. He's not the one. You can find someone else on the street to fuck you better than that. Okay. So I was forcing myself to not think about how I looked. And I'm glad that I have learned to do that because even as much as I'm not trying to think about myself, I'm making myself think to not think about that. So then I have to just make myself not think at all. It's just so funny because you're like, there's just so many things that go on in a woman's head that men just don't fucking understand or will never understand. It's just hilarious. You know what I started doing? And I'll be honest right now. I know this episode's getting long, but I started taking photos of myself. I started taking photos of myself in lingerie even when I didn't feel my best. I started taking naked photos of myself, and it started to make me appreciate myself more. Because as I was taking photos, and some of us might not feel confident in the camera, but if you're alone, if you do this by yourself, obviously you're doing it by yourself. I would hope you're doing it by yourself, or have a girlfriend that you trust to come over and take photos with you if you want. But I really do encourage you doing it by yourself because it's a whole different experience because you can contort your body the way you want. You can take photos how you want to. You don't have to worry about how you look. So start taking photos of yourself and learn your angles. I'm all over the place. Okay. Taking photos of yourself makes you learn your angles and how you can take your best photos. B, when you start to look at yourself in lingerie and in naked photos and naked ways, I know that might not be your style or what you want to do, but when I started looking at myself, I was like, damn, I'm sexy. Like, fuck, I wish I had somebody to send these to, like, literally. So when you look at yourself and you're like, fuck, wow, I can look like that. And maybe it might not go that way the first couple times, but that's what I'm saying. Do it by yourself. Figure out your right angles. Do it in certain ways that you know that you can do by yourself and nobody's watching you. And then look at them, go through them. But that honestly is one thing that really helped. And so, fuck yeah, do that. Grab your camera, grab your iPhone. I don't even care if you got a shitty little iPhone. Do it. I'm telling you, it is one of the best things that I've done because I look at myself and I'm like, I'm actually turning myself on right now. TMI. No, really though. I'm like, God damn. I'm like, I could do this to myself. I hope I could do this to my next man. Like it just it feels more confident. It makes you look at yourself in a different way. The last thing I would say is get yourself a vibrator. You should have one. If you don't have one, get one. If you do have one, then use it. Take it out of your drawer. Take it out of your lingerie drawer, in your nightstand, wherever you have it, in your purse. Some of you bitches have it in your purse. I don't know. Take it out and use it. Because when you really learn to connect with yourself and connect with your body and you're learning how to make yourself be the most pleasured, I mean, it makes you feel so good. Some people might hear this and be like, this bitch is whack. You're nasty. I don't know. Learn your body. If you want to feel sexy, look at yourself in a sexy way. Simple as that. Be sexy. If you want to be sexy, then be fucking sexy. You don't need to be a whore about it. That's totally different. Be sexy. Be sexy for yourself because that's going to make you feel more confident overall in the bedroom, in life, in your relationships, around to the next bitch. So use your vibrator, take photos of yourself, delete the people off Instagram that make you feel like shit, and start working out. You got this. We got this. If you look at yourself and you're really not happy with yourself, and this might sound like tough love, but if you look at yourself and you don't like something about yourself, don't run to cosmetic surgery. Just research what you can do for your body, research how you can heal your body in certain ways and natural ways, and work out. Just work out. Get your ass off the couch, get off of Instagram, and do something about it. You're not going to get fit and you're not going to change anything sitting on Instagram and moping about someone else's body. Get up and change your own body. Get up and do something good for yourself. Get up and take your vitamins. Do your own thing. You're sitting and moping about somebody that's doing it. Why don't you be the one to be doing it? Why don't you be the one that people look at and want to be like? A lot of us don't really have that mindset. That's how my mindset is. I'm not going to have myself sit and worry about how someone else is when I can be doing the same exact thing that they're doing. That 5 minutes I just spent moping about, I could have just been doing sit-ups. So when you look at it that way, I'm so sorry to be a bitch right now. I am not a bitch. Wow. But I'm just trying to motivate you guys. Get up and work. Get up and work. Either way, regardless of what society thinks, what is out there on social media, the relationship draining you, the self-image bullshit that's around us, you're gorgeous. God made you that way. Just be that bitch. Be the bad bitch that you are. Embrace it, embody it, and that's just what it is. And the person that is meant for you is going to look at you and fall in love with you regardless of the way that you look, because you are that beautiful, amazing human on the inside, outside. You're everything that he could want. We have soulmates for a reason. That person will be out there for you and will not make you feel like shit about yourself. They're going to make you be they're going to be your number one hype man if that person is meant for you. And if not, be your number one hype man. They say this: you can't love if you don't love yourself. The minute you stop loving yourself, you cannot give that love to anybody else. The minute you don't love yourself, love cannot be received. You need to love yourself. Be confident in yourself. You need to incorporate things into your daily life that make you feel good, even if it's as simple as slapping a motherfucking white strip on your teeth at night. Whatever it is to make you feel more beautiful and confident and one step forward to being your best self. That's what we do here on Stop Yelling. I sound so gay. Holy shit. I am getting way too deep into it. You know what I'm trying to say. You just need to love yourself. Love yourself. Your self-love comes first before anything else. Before anything else in life. Just remember that. Wow. Okay. I need to take a deep breath. Do you guys need to take a deep breath with me? I think we all should take a deep breath. Ready? Here we go. 1, 2, 3. Inhale. And exhale. Yeah, that felt good, brother, sister, mother. What the fuck is up? Okay, we just talked about body image. We just talked about being mommies. I love this stuff. How do you guys feel? I hope it made you feel a little bit more confident. That was the goal of this. And you know what? Sharing my experience about pregnancy, I would always love to do. So if you are a new mommy, if you're wanting to get pregnant, if you're pregnant now, if you just had your baby, or if you want to have kids 5 years from now and you want more information, I would love to connect with you. I would love to chat with you. I have a whole fucking mom group of people that I love to connect with on a weekly basis. I love that stuff. So don't feel shy. I would love for you to reach out to me. My Instagram is it's Kayla Howard, ITS Kayla Howard, and just shoot me a DM. I'm pretty good with answering everybody. As busy as I can be, I still make sure that I answer everybody. But anyways, I really hope that you guys enjoyed this, and I might not know everybody who's listening to this. I just want you to know that you are worthy. You are capable of everything, and you are capable of changing at whatever point in life that it is right now. It's not late to start incorporating things into your new routine. There's always room for change and room for growth and room for different things to learn. But it starts with you. You have to want it for yourself. You have to want it for you. And once you start doing these things, I promise you, your confidence will rise. Your body will just appreciate you overall. But yeah, that was just my little soft ending spiel. I love you guys, and I am so grateful again to be here each week with you guys. I'm going to end this episode off on that note. And here at Stop Yelling, we end the episode off with one final message, and that is stay positive, love yourself, enjoy life as it comes. and stop yelling at yourself, at everybody around you. Worry about you and love yourself. End of the day, love yourself. That is it for this episode, you guys. I hope you guys enjoyed it. I will talk to you guys later. Bye bye.